Mohave County has become a lawsuit-happy circus, where politicians and public figures routinely threaten legal action against one another, only to cry foul when they themselves face similar threats. It's hilarious! Recall: a recent letter to the editor of the Standard newspaper, signed by Robert J. Mahoney, exemplifies this absurdity perfectly. Titled in reference to the cycle of abuse, the letter masquerades as a concerned critique of various officials' misdeeds, but reads more like a thinly veiled hit piece targeting Supervisor Gene Bishop. The letter throws around serious allegations with abandon: gay bashing, civil rights violations, nepotism, cronyism, sociopathy, while framing political disagreements between figures like Travis Lingenfelter, Gene Bishop, Marianne Salem, and her husband Frank Puglia as worthy of public outrage. Yet the greatest irony lies in the letter's breathtaking hypocrisy. It condemns politicians for playing favorites, while the author clearly champions their own preferred candidates and allies. It doesn't get any better than that. The letter's hilarious closing call to end the cycle of abuse would be noble if it weren't so laughable, given the author's own participation in the very behavior they condemn. In Mohave County, it seems, the political circus has no ringmaster, just a rotating cast of clowns pointing fingers at each other. But the dysfunction reached new heights in a September 15, 2025 article in the Mohave Free Press titled, "Critical Thinking: The Chairman Doth Protest Too Much," where the author recounts County Chairman Travis Lingenfelter making demands and threatening legal action, only to receive the blunt response, "Sue me, you whining little bitch. I stand by everything I wrote." The article, coupled with public comments made during the September 2, 2025 Board of Supervisors call to the public, raises disturbing questions about a potential cover-up within the Mohave County Sheriff's Department involving serious allegations of rape. Whether these allegations have merit is something readers and listeners must determine for themselves, but the questions are legitimate matters of public concern. What is the statute of limitations on rape in Arizona? Why hasn't there been a formal investigation conducted by an outside agency? The pattern is unmistakable. Whenever police shootings or accusations of theft, etc., surface against public officials or law enforcement in Mohave County, investigations are suspiciously kept in-house, bouncing between Bullhead City, Kingman, and Lake Havasu City police departments, with credible allegations that each agency protects the others. Meanwhile, Lingenfelter has formed alliances with equally questionable figures. County Treasurer Sue Ann Mello, who embarrasses herself by demanding the county provide her with a car.
All that they offered me was a van or a truck.
Who seemingly conspired with Lingenfelter to attack Sean Meisner by labeling him and spreading horrible rumors about him being gay in what appeared to be a coordinated smear campaign. These are the individuals running Mohave County and collecting taxpayers' money for all their shenanigans. A collection of petty tyrants, more interested in protecting their fiefdoms and settling personal scores than serving the public interest. As far as Travis Lingenfelter's crybaby rants and distorted faces, we can all see. Well, what's good for the goose isn't good for the gander, is his attitude.
Over the past decade, there's been a lot of untrue things that have been published about me.
On a more serious note, Arizona does not have a statute of limitations for felony sexual assault/rape cases. This was eliminated in 2019, meaning such cases can be prosecuted at any time.
Thank you, Jennifer Esposito, Kingman. I have been investigating a Sheriff's Department, quote, investigation that is so disturbing. It should have been outsourced immediately to an outside agency, and it wasn't. I obtained a copy of it from the Sheriff's Department, and I went in to see the badge cam videos. And the reason it should have been outsourced is because it was a so-called investigation regarding the chairman of this board during a time at which this board was discussing raises and increases in pay for the county attorney's office and the sheriff's department. And during Chairman Lingenfelter's reelection, he got a testimonial letter from the sheriff, which was basically an endorsement, and he used photos of himself with uniformed deputies as part of his campaign. So immediately, this so-called sheriff's report should have been sent to an outside agency. So when I read it, several things stood out to me and disturbed me greatly. First of all, any evidence collected from the vehicle should have been sent to a crime lab, but it wasn't. It was logged into evidence. They said that they tried to reach out to the alleged victim, and there were 2 short videos where they tried to call her on the same day, said they closed the investigation because she never answered them. Well, she answered me. So, you know, as a woman, I can understand why she would not feel comfortable speaking with the sheriff's department in a county at which the CEO, who controls the budget of those departments, had, by his own admission to me, in a conversation that I recorded, because Arizona is a one-party state, he said to me that he instructed the deputy to do a good forensic examination. So I thought I'd see that. I expected, you know, the report said they used a black light. So you expected, right? We've all seen the hotel things. There's splatter of God knows what all over the place in the exposés. I filed a request to view the video, and I expected to see the black light turn on. They said they swabbed a handprint on the back window, yet they took no fingerprints. But a handprint on glass is the easiest thing to fingerprint. Nothing was sent to a forensic lab. And the deputy moved the vehicle from the original location, slid his sweaty ass in the car, moved it to a secondary location, and contaminated the evidence. So what you have is an investigation that made sure there will never, ever, ever, ever be an indictment. Because when I asked to see the badge cam of the investigation, there isn't one. Someone walked around the vehicle and showed that it had blinky cop lights and then shut their badge cam off. So nothing entered into that investigation confirms or denies that any evidence collected was even from that vehicle. This is extremely disturbing. I mean, maybe I've watched too many true crime dramas, but when someone makes a claim through the portal about something like that, it should be done right.
That's the last person that we have signed up. I will address that other thing. The only thing, all of this ridiculous, malicious, false stuff is from one email, not to law enforcement, but to another county supervisor. There has been no complaint to law enforcement. Over the past decade, there's been a lot of untrue things that have been published about me in different things. Your last hit piece, which had so many inaccuracies regarding my business address, which was wrong, and all these other things that you reported, which are absolutely wrong. I wouldn't even lie in a birdcage with what you published and what you wrote. But there's nothing there, and that's all I have to say about it. It's false, it's malicious, it's untrue, and that's it. We're adjourned.
Women are always in danger and abused, especially when crooked politicians like Sonny Borrelli are able to sit pretty on his throne after publicly being exposed for beating the hell out of his wives. Yep, wife beaters and abusers get away in Mohave County. A free ticket if they are politicians, city and county employees, or law enforcement, because these crooks all protect each other. Maybe the Mohave Free Press should write about that, unless, of course, wife beaters are exempt. Let's be real. It's an obvious observation that favoritism is a way of life among the wannabe elite royals who are nothing more than welfare recipients who parasite off of taxpayers' money, and those who write about them.